Yes, Jones, Gentleman Leisure. Just out here. It's just like my second or third day, driving Lyft out here. I'm finally driving Lyft legally out here in Vegas. I got the rental car from Pep Boys. I know they did it through Pep Boys, but at the end of the day, I'm not too surprised. I mean, that would be an appropriate place to run a Lyft or Uber or any type of operation like that, considering they could fix the tires and everything on the spot, which they did, because did my own little pre-trip on it, and I was like, hold up, y'all got to do something about these tires and everything like that. I'm not gonna go out here with this shit like this, but thus far, I've been enjoying myself out here. I've been making some decent money. Right now, I just left the call center job. They was up there bugging and shit like that because a motherfucker ain't breaking their back, or more or less, people don't want you calling their damn phones and shit like that at random while they're sleeping or smoking or fucking or whatever they're doing in their privacy of their home. They just don't want a whole bunch of people calling them and shit like that. Sometimes people are just not going to want to, deal with you. And so you're just not going to get, what you're looking to get. I'll probably touch on that call center job and everything like that in another video. It was real convenient to keep me having money in my pockets, and if you get, job like that where they hire on the spot, if I were known by help, get your residency and stuff like that, if you're trying to, establish your residency and have some bread on you just to get right. But a lot of the cats that I see in there, I wouldn't really, I don't know why they staying in there a year or more. Like, the shit's not a career, it's just something to get you right when an outsider and you don't have the proper IDs and documentations. I don't know. I guess everybody in their situation handle it differently. But yeah, I've been seeing decent payouts and stuff like that, from doing Lyft. I did some Uber Eats and some Postmates and stuff like that out here. I enjoy driving through the city. I'll probably pick up a ride in like another, 30 minutes. Might go get something to eat later before I start up, because I know I'm going to be out here probably till midnight. The way I hustle, I don't ever really turn in early. But yeah, I was going to touch on a few different things that people should know about Uber and Lyft and stuff like that in more detail in a different video. Like, I could cover some of the basic things and just kind of like, highlighted. There's a lot of things that I definitely noticed different when I left, one state and came to Nevada. You really have to pay to play out here. You can't do a damn thing out here if you don't have a legal license or a real ID. And until you actually get like a voter's registration card in the mail, or get some other paperwork or some shit turned over where you get a bill in the mail, or 15 to 30 days for your bank statement, like, you're basically going to be hung up for a good 15 to 30 days depending on which one you choose. And doing the voter's registration is like the fastest way of getting something to the house if you preemptively do it the first day you get your apartment. But there's a lot of things that's different. Like, I've just noticed how many different things you can and can't do, based off of the fact that you don't have certain health cards and TAM cards and sheriff cards and all of these different work cards that they have out here in Vegas for people to be able to keep even a little McDonald's or a Popeyes job. Like, it's just certain things that they don't fuck with you with. Now, one benefit that I can say is that in between that little period where I was making that transition of becoming a resident here, I was able to get money doing Postmates and Uber Eats and stuff like that, even with my car that wasn't registered. Just the mere fact that it was legal, like insurance wise and everything else, because food is not in the same legality as carrying in passengers, and especially for hire, any type of commercial, transporting of people, the limits are a lot less when it comes to delivering food. So that was actually to my benefit. And for anybody to know, like, if they were to ever consider, if you happen to be one of the people that's considering moving to Vegas or Reno or just Nevada period, understand that you can do Uber Eats and stuff like that and Postmates on a car that's not registered in this state. Now, I'm not saying that you should do that, because Nevada is a motherfucker, you know, in regards to dealing with the cops and all of that stuff. I mean, I've been seeing them crawling up in people's asses who I even feel like they shouldn't be fucking with. Like, yeah, I know they're gonna pull me and other people over because they black. Like, I haven't gotten pulled over yet, but I've seen a lot of niggas, other people pulled over. But surprisingly, you know what I'm saying, I've seen pretty little white girls and other people who, you know what I'm saying, or people who look like they were elderly, old people. Like, you can't really say who's doing shit and who's not based on how they look, but they wasn't really like profiling per se, even though they were. But they was more or less like, if you got a pulse, we're fucking with you. And so at the end of the day, like, if you need to use something like that to get your bread up, to keep your money and stuff in your account, keep you proper, I say go for it, because I damn sure did. I don't give a fuck, you know. But overall, you're gonna end up wanting to get a vehicle that's completely, you know, with this state and has everything squared away. After, you know, going over the Lyft driver with the, you know, the people, the consultants who signed me up with the rental, after looking what they have to offer me, if you're actually a full-time driver like me, or you hustle enough in a short period of time to where you know you're gonna have more than enough time to chill out the rest of the week, they almost make it to the point where it's better to rent a car from them than it is to use your own car and take a chance of not having commercial insurance and getting all types of screwed up because you ain't have that insurance. Because if you got your own personal car, and I've had situations like that countless times. Like, in fact, my last ride that I was doing in Atlanta before I was getting ready to move out here, the nigga was just not paying attention, and the people in the back of the car that I was driving was glad that I had some CDL experience, because I was paying attention to everything. Like, the dude, like, he was just drifting over into my lane to pull over, and then didn't even bother to turn his head or even look in his mirror. And if it wasn't for like a shoulder being there and me reacting so quickly, he would have spun us out. We would have been done for. You doing a good 65 on the freeway coming into the Beltway and all, but, you know, into downtown. But, you know, otherwise, there's definitely, you know, ways for you to get money on the sneak tip out here. You just have to be more or less willing to figure out how you're gonna go about, you know, doing it. And like I said, for anybody who does come out here, that is something for them to consider, that if they needed to have some money on the side or in their pocket, you know, you could do Uber Eats and you know, DoorDash or Postmates. Now, one service I haven't done is DoorDash. I can't really judge them about how they pay or how they do because I haven't used them. But what I can say is that I don't like anybody telling me when I can hustle and when I can't, because the whole purpose of doing these rideshare services and stuff like that is because you can work when you want to work, or more or less you can work when, you know, it's beneficial to other people. When it comes to, you know, delivering food, you might get a lot of people during lunch and then a lot of people at nighttime when they're feeding themselves and their kids. But with DoorDash, for whatever reason, they just got this thing where they make people schedule in like you're clocking in for a job or something, or working a shift. But the thing is that the people who are clocking in, who's to say that they real hustlers? I mean, everybody got their own definition, and a lot of people I met, they don't meet the definition that what I said. And there's probably other people who look at me and be like, yo, you ain't making enough bread to meet my level. But there's probably people who get on the app and they complain and they don't want to deliver, and you know what I'm saying? And you got old people who just want to bitch, whine, and complain and say, I need to get some extra cash. And it's like, well, damn, you're in your 50s now. If you wasn't thinking about getting your money right in your youth when you was young and strong, you a little bit late in the game. I mean, it's never too late to save and get shit right. It's never too late to get an education. It's never too late for anything. But at the end of the day, I mean, the sooner you start, the better. And I've seen a lot of people who seem like they were way past that age of where they needed to be out here, you know, breaking their fucking back, moving around like me. Even I'm in the case where I'm about to get, you know, everything squared away with my, you know, officially forming my record label, so I can start putting myself in a position to just strictly earn royalties. Because at the end of the day, you know, when you earn your income, when you work, you're only getting paid for that one time that you worked. And at the end of the day, it's like, it's better for you to be in a position where you're earning royalty off your content, whether you're a book writer. Some people make music, some people rap, some people do this, people are into art. If you got photos that you take pictures of and you put them on stock, like so many different ways that you could go about creating a 1099 for yourself that's going to be related to you just creating content. that you know how to make with a camcorder, or you know, a photography type of deal, or you know, whatever your forte is. And so I didn't really care for that on DoorDash, that they tell you gotta wait for somebody else to renege or renounce, or for them to have an available schedule for you to work. So I just ultimately never really ended up going to them. I did the Postmates. The Postmates and stuff was dope. They had better payouts than Uber. The only problem is you can't cash out on a regular with that, and you have to constantly, you know, be pushing to get the most money that you can get, because they will give you good payouts, and the people did tip very well. I remember somebody gave me like something ridiculous, like a $15 to $17 tip or something for food. Like, I've only gotten that type of shit driving Lyft, carrying people. I've never gotten that delivering food. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no repeat thing, you know, to get nobody's hopes up, but you know, I've never seen that on Uber Eats, and I've never, you know what I'm saying, done that with any other, you know, platform at all. But what I, you know, think is stronger about Uber Eats is the mere fact that if I want to cash out to get some quick money to throw in my gas tank, or if I just don't want to touch my account and I need some quick food or something, I can use that as an option. You know, I really do believe Postmates pays more, but you don't get the cash out the way you want. And then Uber Eats, at least for Vegas, you get the cash out, and then you got more people who use it as well, so you're constantly going to be able to have the opportunity to earn something. But for right now, they don't use the they don't really use the scooter. I use my scooter on it, no lie, you know what I'm saying? Full disclosure, I'm like, damn, all of that, if I could fill up my moped with $2.50 and do that, and I'm going for it. But Postmates is the only one, I think, and possibly DoorDash, that actually has, you know, that option for you to do all that. But, you know, since this is like my first few days I picked up this car, you know what I mean? I got a few things that I want to test out and see how much money I can really pull. I think it would more or less be like next week that I would actually be able to see what time, you know, I would be able to do ABC and XYZ. You know, I'm really thinking about quitting that job more or less because I already got, you know, my license. I got the Lyft. I got a lot of things that I need to take care of. And, you know, I really, really needed that when I first got here, just because I was doing so many different things and I didn't want to touch my actual, you know what I'm saying, cash that I had saved. You know, I'm really a miser like that. And so I just like to find ways to get bread to, you know, stay away from my shit. But, you know, thus far, you know, I've been enjoying it. I think that, you know, it's more beneficial to have a rental car from Lyft than it is to use your own car, because they carry the, if as long as you're a safe driver and you go out of your way to not really press up on nobody or put yourself at a risk of a preventable accident, like, they'll cover the costs. They change the tires. They give you the tank full when you get it. My Chevrolet Malibu does like maybe 350 or something like that, or maybe a little bit more when the tank is filled to the brim, like all the way to the tip. This car right here says it has like a fuel range of like 500. And I remember driving around for quite some time before it even moved off the first notch, not the quarter, like just the first notch where it says full. Like this car, I think it's like a Nissan Sentra, you know, and it sips on gas, bro. It's probably like a maximum of a Sentra. And it doesn't burn the fuel at all. Like, it's even better than my Malibu. My Malibu is good on gas, but this was even better. Like, I really thinking about just, you know what I'm saying, until I pay my car off, staying on with Lyft. I don't put no more extra miles on my car, and, you know, they can cover all of the maintenance. I can drive this car for personal use, which if you create your own schedule and your own situation, you can hustle up enough to get the type of money you're looking to get, you know. And so, yeah, thus far, you know, in, you know, the next couple of weeks, I'm looking into, you know, getting out here. I've been memorizing the streets and stuff like that. Been trying to learn all the different restaurants, spots to recommend for people to go, you know. It's just different little things I've been trying to get into. I've really been loving it out here, bro. There go the dispensary. Essence. I ain't been in that one. Yeah. One thing for anybody that's considering driving out here, man, be careful, because at the end of the day, if, you know, there's a lot of undercovers and fuckboys, you know what I'm saying? People who out here working for TNC and all of these different organizations with all these different letters, man. And somebody walks up to you talking about they want to, you know what I'm saying, give you a cash ride, or these cats is talking about, hey man, we don't mind hitting bud and shit like that. Do you want to, you know what I'm saying, fuck with me? I mean, you got some cats out here that's cool, but it ain't really worth the risk, bro, because there are people out here getting set up with all types of shit. So it's like, keep business and pleasure. I mean, that's just all, you know, the bottom line with that, you know, just to play it safe than to actually be pressing your luck, especially out here in Vegas. Like I said, I've seen so many different things out here that's making me, you know what I'm saying, reevaluate my behavior. Like, I probably look up the law about what it's gonna be if you gave somebody a cigarette and get asked for 50 cents. Like, you know what I'm saying? It really is like that out here. Like, you're allowed to be with prostitutes and do all of this other shit. And now you're even allowed to do other shit and toke up, but it could be like the oddest things that they'll just press their luck with you for. And so you just really gotta be on the up and up. Well, I mean, a part of that, bro, like, truthfully, I haven't even been confronted by the police show. I ain't had nobody apply no pressure to me. You know what I'm saying? I knock on wood. You know what I mean? I really chose to get this rental car, especially because I knew it would be legal and it was easier than getting my car registered. And at the end of the day, I knew I was gonna make enough money driving this to where it wouldn't be a problem getting my car that I own registered. Come on, jackass. Y'all always doing this shit, man. Be trying to be cool, bro. But y'all niggas just get the fuck out of the way, son. Do what you gotta do. Pardon me and my freaking road rage. That ain't really even the half of it. I'm glad I ain't got nobody in here, because a lot of times I be tripping out, man. Sometimes people really be doing dumb stuff, and it's like, just follow the course, bro. Like, it's not really going to get any faster for you. Like, you just may as well be patient, just ride with it, and have an intuition, and you know where you wanted to go before you got in the car, or at least you should have. So set yourself up ahead of time, you know. Don't be crossing over the freeway or the streets to get to something at the end when you knew you should have prepped for that before. Yeah, if you ever come up here to Wyoming and Las Vegas Boulevard, do come over here and fuck with the Puerto Rico Express. You know what I mean? They definitely have some authentic choices in there. I recommend the chicharron and get the, you know what I'm saying, get the peas inside of your rice, of course. Yeah, there's a lot of restaurants out here. A lot of dope stuff out here that's there. Get down, man. I love it out here. I'm looking forward to seeing what it's going to be like out here in the summer, you know what I mean? Because if I'm seeing what it's like out here, you know, in the wintertime, and I came out here New Year's, I can only imagine what this genre going to be like in the summertime, or around, like, you know, Independence Day, around my birthday time on the 2nd. And so, yeah. Yeah, man, I definitely don't regret my decision. I wish that I would have come here sooner, truthfully, you know what I mean? But, you know, I'm here now, so it is what it is. You know, what coulda, shoulda, nigga. I'm here now. I had a lot of shit to take care of before, so everything happened in its time, you know. At the end of the day, I really feel like I'm at that threshold now, because I got certain things under my belt and certain little things in my head now that I understand at an older, you know, being an older individual. I'm not trying to be no small-time criminal or doing no petty shit and get tired of certain stuff at a certain age. You actually mature. You actually start getting bread on your own. I'm actually at that age now where I can't even really see myself working for anybody again. And that was even before Lyft, because I've done other things before. Some, you know what I'm saying, legit, and some not so. But at the end of the day, you know, one of the best things that I did try to learn how to do, well, I did learn, but I just didn't get time to fulfill it, because I ended up getting my CDL. It was barbering. And I'm considering getting back into that out here. I saw Masterpiece, and I'll probably chime in there, and then I guess if I see how I'm feeling, or I guess if I actually end up doing it, I'll probably make some videos or whatever, talk about my experience. And my barber that cuts me at Sin City Barbershop out here, he told me he went to Masterpiece, and it's probably one of the main ones out here, because from the research I did, it wasn't really that many of them, if any at all, you know, at a certain point in time. It's kind of crazy to think there would be a barber, you know, school in, you know, Vegas, even in the early 90s, you know, if it actually took some time to get one here. You know, this is a major city. But, you know, there's one now, and I've definitely done my research over it. It's only like 13 racks, you know, $2,500 down and $5 a month, and I've been considering going that route, you know. Out here in Vegas, the best jobs to do is like the 1099 work where you supply yourself. It takes a bit of money to get your bread right and to get yourself situated so that you could be able to uphold yourself. But when you go that route, you do in fact end up getting a lot of benefits against for your taxes and your situation, and just plain on simple being able to earn money on your own. Because like I said, I really don't, you know, before it was just an idea. I did a lot of things to earn money on my own, even though I would go out and get work and stuff like that. But now I'm really at that point where I'm like, bro, if I don't earn money on my own, you know, cutting hair or driving Lyft or producing beats and stuff like that and other things that I'm doing, then I just, you know what I'm saying, I guess I just won't be out here working for nobody, because I'm gonna be getting my money one way or another, because I'm just not, you know, I've never been the type to just willingly be broke. My mom's knows a stat about me even as an adolescent. And damn kids and shit knocking on the door asking for candy at Halloween. I'm like, y'all get the hell out of here. Tell them to leave, you feel me? I sold that at school, you feel? My uncle used to work at Nestle's and turned around and brought whole cases of brand new candy, and I just started selling it at school at a decent price. Like, just at a young age, it was like, if you don't have a job, you should be trying to find something to get you right. There's never no reason for anybody out here to be broke, you know? My mentality is, I look at these cats out here in Vegas that's begging, and I'm like, anybody that is giving you something, I would just be like begging enough until I get a bud or enough for some e-pills or something, and I'd be flipping. Ain't no way in the hell I'm gonna just be standing around begging another man for something that I should be doing myself. But, you know, I don't know everybody's situation. Some people do come out here and get hooked to the alcohol and other things, and that's, you know, caused them to slip and fall. And some people was tweaking on meth, and some people just really ended up in a situation where a boyfriend or a girlfriend did them really grimy, son. I ain't came across people like that, or family members, or, you know what I'm saying, somebody doing something so wild as to say, yeah, you can borrow the car to go to work, and then lying on them and getting them locked up, like, you know what I'm saying? In some people's cases, you know, they full of shit, but other people, you actually get the, you know, get up close and personal and know who they are, and you actually get to understand how things really can go down out here if you know what I'm saying, not on the up and up. And out here, I really truly had that mentality of, hey, you know, I'm gonna come out here and get it. But yeah, yeah, I'm about to wrap this John up, yo, because I ain't trying to hold too much of your time. I already took 23 minutes of your precious time, if you even watched to the end. But if you did, I appreciate you. And, you know what I'm saying, chime in, man. If you're from out here from Vegas, or you moving to Vegas, you know what I'm saying, drop your line or whatever, give your thoughts and opinions, comment, like, subscribe, you know, the usual. And yeah, man, keep getting this bread out here. Don't get caught slipping out here, bro. It's no joke out here in Vegas, man. It's fun out here, and it's affordable, but you better be hustling. You better be working, you know. You better be doing what you got to do, you know. That's anywhere, really, but it's especially out here. Like I said, you know, you can have a job, and then if you don't have that job and you're exposed to, oh, you don't have a license and this or that, put you out there in the cold, expose your ass. But yeah, I'll probably touch on, you know, certain different things in the next coming videos, certain, you know, restaurants that I like to fuck with, you know, whatever, you know what I mean, and just let y'all know what it's gonna be, you know. Well, it's Jones, Gentleman Leisure, you know, I appreciate y'all chiming in. I'll let y'all. One.